hot. Just need some pet. It's gonna dry.
Skin's looking good today. Eyebrows done. Did you do them yourself?
I actually got, done up today.
Oh.
I was slacking a little bit in New York.
Tell me why you got done up today.
I don't know. I mean, it's always USA's. I was looking at old photos from last year, and I was like, I look so good. Let me just do a little something for these photos.
As you should. Now, everyone knows you just qualified for the next round in the 15. No surprise, though. We knew that was going to happen.
That was the plan.
Yes. But personal best, did it feel easy? How did it feel?
I mean, running-wise, like pace-wise, it was fine. But the actual commotion of the race was not fine. I found myself like going in and out, trying to get into position again and again, I guess because it was a little bit slower in the beginning. And I was like hitting people were clipping on my feet. So, I mean, I guess that's what these vets in that 1500 got. Just a lot more training within the, chaotic race.
Is that something that you're used to, all the clutter and clamor going
Absolutely
on?
Absolutely not. I mean, when it comes to the 800, there's a lot of athletes, but 8 at most. And I mean, I feel like once we get into position, we're kind of, in line. There's only 2 laps, so there's not much moving and grooving you can get done if you want to expend, without expending your energy. Versus the 15, you got 3 laps, 3 3/4, so there's a lot of time for you to go in and out and, find your position. So that's much different.
If you make the team, would you run the 8 and the 15 at Budapest or not?
I don't know if I should make you guys go crazy and say yes, or if I should just tell you the truth. Probably not. I mean, I feel like we'll just stick to the 800 most likely. I mean, we just want to do this for training, get over 2 minutes when it comes to running on the track, and that's what we did today, and maybe we'll do it on Saturday as well.
Will you run the final?
We'll see how I feel tomorrow.
So obviously Bobby's sprint legend. What's he like as a 15 coach?
I mean, I feel like for me, being a kind of versatile athlete where I've gone from the 4 to the 15, in high school, even college as well, occasionally, I think he's kind of just taking what he knows about the 800 or what he knows about just any race. He's, just because he doesn't coach these athletes doesn't mean he's not super into the sport in terms of just watching 5Ks, watching 10Ks. 10Ks are his favorite races to watch. So, I mean, I think he gets a little bit of knowledge from those races and just, reading books and things like that. So, I mean, training hasn't changed too much. We've just been getting a little bit more volume in, I guess. But other than that, I mean, we've just been working on the same things.
He really believes in his athletes.
Oh, yeah.
And, he did that interview a couple months back where he kind of put you in a gold medal potential conversation for the 1500. When you see things like that pop up, I guess, and then you see what Faith Kipyegon runs.
Oh yeah.
For you, I guess, what do you think of your own sort of potential in the 1500 someday?
I mean, I feel like every race, 4, 8, or 15, I haven't gotten my fullest potential out, and I think being with a coach like Bobby, he knows how to get me to that level, and I feel like I'm still kind of an amateur just in terms of reaching my potential, and so I think the sky's the limit. I mean, I feel like, me coming out here PRing by 6 seconds, it's only been, 2 years. I mean, given that's a long time, but that's still a really big jump. And so it just goes for how he knows about, what he knows about track and what he knows about, teaching his athletes about, how to run and things like that.
Who brought up the idea of running the 1500 here and maybe in the future? Was that something you brought to him, or was that something he said to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think if we don't have to run the 800, we didn't want to run the 800. And I mean, coming here, if I ran an 8, I'd probably run 1 round just to get, again, my legs moving a little bit. But since I did run it in New York, it wasn't that big of a deal to come out here and do it. So, I mean, we were supposed to run the 15 in LA. And so just coming out here and doing it now while there is some really good competition, I mean, I think it's better mentally. It's good to feel the environment, and also obviously for working out as well.
You mentioned the focus being the 8 for this summer's Worlds, obviously.
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to be the same next summer, or do you think things could change over next year?
Yeah, things could definitely change next year. I mean, I think this year, just because, again, as I've said multiple times, adjusting to new training, new environment, new everything, and so we kind of just want to keep things of the norm. I mean, doing a 15 is not that crazy, because I've done it before. It'd be different if I did a 3K or something, but it's just a 15, and so, I mean, we're just training. We're just doing, we do volume in practice, and so why do it in practice when we can just come out here and do it on track, And so, yeah, we're just having fun with it.
Would you race more frequently if you could? You don't race very much at all. And how does, who makes that decision?
Yeah, I mean, this year has been so great for me mentally. I mean, it's just been such a relief. I haven't really put myself out there as much, and I mean, coming into these meets, whether it's a small competition, big competition, there's just so much pressure just overall. You're overthinking your race, leading days before you're even out there. And so, I mean, just the overall pressure that you feel when it comes to competing is a lot. And so I think, the past 3 years have been a lot for me. And so we just wanted to kind of take a step back and just, be my 21-year-old self. Just enjoy life for a little bit. We got two years 3 years basically, because Worlds hasn't even happened yet. You know, 2 years we're doing championships and championships back to back, and so it's a lot. So I think we just wanted to again take a step back and just enjoy where we were at. You know.
I was going to say, thinking of the training, right? Do you train with anybody specifically, considering you've gone up in distance and most of your crew is sprinters, hurdlers?
Yeah, I mean, most of the time, we're out there ourselves or train, you know, most of the time. But when time comes, Bobby does bring people along who may help us when it comes to training. So it's not always that I'm, you know, out there by myself, but I think I get him out just because we are the athletes that we are. You know, you can't really find it too much just because our team is all versatile. We don't do the same event. But when time comes and time be necessary, he definitely brings people along for us as well.
You've accomplished so many things in the sport so far. Like you're still young, kind of thing. So what else do you want to do to kind of switch it up for yourself? Because if you just keep winning gold medals, like I just feel like you just want something else to do.
I think the same thing. Obviously, world records are the next thing when it just comes to the 800 at least. But then again, the 4, we can always go back to the 4 and we can always go up to the 15. So, I mean, I think at this point we're kind of just fidgeting around, seeing what we like best and seeing where it can take us and where we see most of our potential in. And again, next year could be 4.8, it could be just 8, it could be 8.15, who knows? But I think because I haven't reached that potential in any of these races yet, or these events yet, I think we just have a lot to kind of peel back and just see what I can do. And I don't know, whatever Bobby says, I'll do. And I think it'll be pretty fun to discover as well.
The last question I got for you is a little less track related, but you already know you're Miss Fashionista, and you said that that's one thing that you've been kind of into while you've been focusing on yourself this past season. And I know you probably heard of the walk-ins this week.
God,
so are we participating? Like, what's up with that?
I don't know. I didn't pack any clothes to walk in because I didn't think about it until I got to the airport.
It's a Forever 21 up the street.
Yeah, but Forever 21 is not going to give what I need to give. Even though I can put an outfit together with anything. But, you know, if I'm going to pop out and, like, show myself and it be all over the internet, I need it to be stunning, you know? I need it to be... If there was something above A+, that's what I need it to be. But there's not. So
if somebody could drop a box of like clothes that you would wear, where would it come from? Where would the box need to be from?
I don't know, some amazing stylist or designer. I'm not sure who, but I'm not really a brand type of person, but it has to be something popping, something that has definitely sparkles, because I love sparkles. Some hills, of course. But I don't know, anything that'll just pop me out. I need a hairstylist also and someone to do my makeup. So we just need the whole package. And I don't have the whole package right here, so we may have to wait until next year.
Lauren,